Meet Ned and Rosco. Ned is a calm and curious turtle. His favorite question is, but why? Rosco is a playful and outgoing puppy. You know, the one who gets his dirty paws all over his mother's clean white floors. Sound familiar? We are all born with our own unique personalities that we carry with us throughout our lives. But have you ever wondered why we are the way we are? For example, why are some of us like Rosco, who acts before thinking, or like Ned, who thinks before acting? Ned and Rosco want to help us understand and appreciate ourselves and those around us, who, with differing gifts, may sometimes seem to be marching to a different drummer. Ned and Rosco's illustrated children's book was written for kids but speaks to adults. Watch the free online video version at nedandrosco.com. Ned and Rosco guarantee you'll say, "Yowza weeza lollapalooza." Watch it now. Ned and Rosco. Ned was a young turtle who longed to understand the world around him. Not surprising, turtles need to understand life before they can properly live it. Ned dreamed of a day when he could cross the forest to see a meadow that he had once read about. The meadow was supposed to be full of beautiful butterflies, and Ned loved butterflies. So, one sunny day, Ned packed up his shell with all his favorite books and said goodbye to his family and friends. He made his way slowly through the forest, taking notice of every tree, plant, and insect. He came across a stream and saw a fish and a frog playing together. "How can the fish hold her breath longer than the frog?" Ned pondered. When he finally reached the meadow, he found that, sure enough, there were hundreds of beautiful butterflies. He pretended to be asleep and waited for a butterfly to approach him. Ned had read that butterflies can carry 100 times their body weight. How can they be so strong? He wondered. He patiently waited and waited and waited. Finally, a beautiful monarch butterfly landed on a flower next to him. He could hardly believe his good fortune. "Yowza weeza," Ned thought, as he quietly took notes and began his research. Suddenly, a creature came cartwheeling through the meadow, singing at the top of his lungs. "I'm taking home a baby bumblebee. Won't my mommy be so proud of me?" Ned looked up from his notes and could not believe what he saw. Yikes-a-weeza! It was a puppy with floppy ears and paws bigger than its head. This boisterous creature was scaring all his butterflies away. Ned cried, "Hey, you! Stop being so loud! Can't you see I'm studying butterflies here?" The puppy had been having so much fun playing in the meadow, he had not even noticed the new visitor. He bounced up to Ned, stuck out his huge paw, and gushed, "Hi, my name is Rosco. What's your name? Where do you live? Do you want to play with me? Why do you want to study the butterflies? I like chasing and playing with butterflies." In his politest turtle voice, Ned said, "My name is Ned. I live across the forest. While I'm sure you are very nice and have lots of friends, I don't want to play. I've waited a long time and come a long way to get to this meadow to study butterflies. Now, if you don't mind, can you please go play somewhere else? Preferably in another meadow," he muttered quietly under his breath. Rosco, who never met a stranger, jumped with joy. "I can study the butterflies with you. It'll be great fun, and then we can go swimming in the stream and have a picnic on a lily pad," he exclaimed. Ned countered, "It's not possible for a puppy to sit on a lily pad, Rosco. Only turtles and frogs can sit on lily pads." Rosco was puzzled. How do you know a puppy can't sit on a lily pad till you try? Hey, why are you studying butterflies anyway? What's there to study? They can fly and are fun to play with. What else is there to know? Well, according to my encyclopedia, butterflies can carry 100 times their body weight. Did you know that? Now, how about you go find yourself another meadow to play in so I can continue my studies, Ned said in his ever-so-polite turtle voice. Rosco bellowed, I don't understand. Why study butterflies when you can just play with them instead? I know. Why don't you ask the butterflies how they are so strong? They will tell you, and then we can go swim in the stream and have a picnic on a lily pad. Lilypad. I know. I have a book about lily pads. Whew, where is it so I can show you how it is not possible for a puppy to sit on a lily pad? Ned muttered to himself in his ever-so-polite turtle voice. Ned became so focused on searching his books for facts about lily pads that he didn't notice that Rosco had bounded out of the meadow. Ned looked up and proclaimed, Yay, Zoeza! Finally, I can get back to studying butterflies. What a bunch of hooey to think a puppy could have a picnic on a lily pad. Most ridiculous thing I could ever imagine. Ned ducked back into a shell and quietly waited for more butterflies to draw near. He waited and waited and waited and waited, but the butterflies had all disappeared. Oh, phooey, I must find another meadow to continue my research, said Ned. So Ned packed up his books and started looking for another meadow. As he walked, he giggled about Rosco and his ridiculous idea of having a picnic on a lily pad. Ned climbed a hill and peeked over into another beautiful meadow. He could not believe what he saw. Rosco was sitting in a spectacular flower-covered meadow with hundreds of butterflies flitting around him. Even more amazing, it appeared that Rosco was talking to the butterflies, and they were talking back to him. Not possible! Ned was so astounded that he tripped and tumbled down the hill, landing right next to Rosco. Rosco was thrilled to see Ned again. Ned, I would like to introduce you to my butterfly friends, said Rosco. I told them all about your research and how you want to learn about their ability to lift heavy loads and how we are going to go swimming in the stream and have a picnic on a lily pad, Rosco proclaimed. Ned curiously spent the next few hours examining the butterflies. When he had learned all that he could, he gathered up his drawings and notes and gleefully said farewell. Rosco, I could not have done this without you. Thank you for assisting me with my research, said Ned. I knew the butterflies would like you. Now can we please go swim in the stream and have a picnic on a lily pad, begged Rosco. All right, I will swim in the stream with you and let you find out for yourself that it is not possible for a puppy to sit on a lily pad, said Ned in his ever-so-polite turtle voice. When they reached the stream, Rosco ran up on a ledge overlooking the water and started to dive in. Ned yelled, "Stop, Rosco! It's not deep enough to dive. You'll be hurt." Did Rosco ever think before acting? Ned mused. Do you have to think about everything before just doing it? Barked Rosco. But Ned was right. He used a stick to show Rosco that the stream was not deep enough to dive. Rosco climbed down from the ledge, and Ned and Rosco splashed in the stream until they were both tired and hungry. "I will go set up our lunch in the cove. Wait here. I'll call for you when it's ready," said Rosco. Ned chuckled to himself as he imagined Rosco and his lunch sinking into the water as he climbed upon a lily pad. In a few minutes, Ned heard Rosco singing, "I'm floating like a turtle on the sea. Won't my new friend be so proud of me?" When Ned reached the cove, his eyes nearly popped out in amazement. There was Rosco, relaxing on a lily pad held afloat in the air by hundreds of butterflies. "Yowza weeza lollapalooza!" Ned boomed. "I guess sometimes you just need to live life in order to understand it." Ned joined Rosco on the lily pad, and together they enjoyed the best picnic ever before taking a long afternoon nap.